Hello to all my story lovers. Welcome back in Story Time channel. I'm Pallavi reading interesting stories for you. Today I'm reading a mythological story. The story name is The End of Krishna. Now let's go through it. After the Mahabharata war, Gandhari learned that her son Duryodhana had been killed in the fight of the messes between him and Bhima, and she was overwhelmed with sadness. Earlier, Gandhari had given a boon to Duryodhana to have a strong body that could withstand the hardest of hits. But his thighs were his Achilles' heel because of Krishna's clever strategy that restricted this part of Duryodhana's body from absorbing the full force of Gandhari's boon. So when Gandhari found out that it was Krishna who had directed Bhima to hit Duryodhana on the thighs, she went to him and cursed him with all her power. O Krishna, you could have stopped the war even before it began. Instead, you encourage it, and all my children and grandchildren are now dead, just like my clan is reaching its end. Your clan too will wipe out right in front of you. May you suffer the way I have. Krishna, however, smiled gently. Gandhari, you really don't need to curse my clan. When money, arrogance, and liquor are in excess in any community, that heralds the end of the tribe. The Yadavas do not require an external enemy. Their own vices will destroy them. The truth is, Gandhari, I made several attempts to dissuade the war, but your son wanted one with all his heart. You must not blame me. I told your husband to be a wise king and father, but he was unable to do what needed to be done. Your son was headstrong and is responsible for the destruction of his own family. Days after Yudhishthira was crowned the king of the land and Krishna returned to Dwarka, time passed. One day, the short tempered sage Durvasa decided to visit Dwarka. He stopped for the night in the outskirts of the city. Krishna's son Samba was married to Laksmana, who was Duryodhana's daughter. When Samba heard that Durvasa was in the capital, he decided to play a prank on the sage with a few of his drunken friends who were in the mood of fun. Samba disguised himself as a pregnant woman by placing a piece of wood on his stomach and wrapping a sari around himself. Along with a few others, Samba went to meet Durvasa. There his friend said to Durvasa, Sir, you are aware of all the happenings in the three realms. Will you tell our friend, this dear pregnant young woman here, if she will have a girl or a boy? Durvasa closed his eyes and through his power he learned what was going on. He realized that these young boys were trying to trick him. His temper fled and he responded to the young man. This boy will deliver neither a boy nor a girl. He will deliver a piece of wood that will kill the dynasty of the Yadavas. The words shocked the young man and they became deadly afraid. Without much thought, they immediately took a piece of wood from Samba, powdered it, and threw the powder deep into the ocean. That wood could never hurt anyone again. Together, they decided that they wouldn't inform anyone of this incident. Within a few days, the powder thrown into the ocean reached the seashore and began growing as weeds. One full moon night, the entire fraternity of the Yadavas decided to meet on the seashore to have some fun. Krishna was not at the celebration. The Yadavas began drinking and making fun of each other. Soon it turned into a fight, and a few of the men searched for some of the weapon. They came across the weeds growing on the seashore, pulled on them, and began hitting each other with them. The weeds were an unusual strength. They had the toughness of an iron bar. Quickly, people began getting seriously injured and fatally wounded. When Krishna was informed of the grave situation on the seashore, he rushed to the scene of the crime with his brother Balram. But by then it was too late. Everyone except Uddhava was dead. Krishna's children and grandchildren lay dead and bloody in front of him. Krishna realized that Gandhari's curse was reaching its fruition and that his time on the earth was reaching an end. He instructed Uddhava to protect the remaining Yadavas until Arjun arrived. Balram, who stood by his brother's side, said to him, I may have been your siblings in this lifetime, but I have always been your companion. I am Adishesha, the Serpent King. Please allow me to leave this world before you do. You may go, Balram. I will finish my work here and leave this worldly form. Balram waded into the sea and vanished from sight. Krishna then called his charioteer Dharuka and said, Please set forth to Hastinapur and apprise Arjuna that I am going to end my avatar. He must come and take the woman and the old back with him. With tears in his eyes, Uddhava approached him and said, My dear Krishna, I will perform my duty with a heavy heart. It is hard for me to face your old parents. I really do not know what life is. When an avatar of Dharma can suffer like this, what is the essence of life? Krishna smiled, and even in that moment, he patiently taught Uddhava the process and lessons of life. The importance of detachment, love, recognition of self, transcience of life, and true knowledge. These are known as Uddhava Gita today. Then Krishna made his way to forest nearby and lay down under a tree when he became tired of walking. A hunter named Jara was busy fishing in the sea. He caught some fish and cut open one of them only to find a small piece of metal covered with wood. Sensing that he could turn this into a strong weapon, Jara decided to use it as the head of an arrow and sharpen it. Later he went to the same forest where Krishna was lying down. By then Krishna was in deep meditation. From a distance Jara saw Krishna's foot and mistook it for a bird. He shot an arrow and it pierced Krishna's foot. When Jara approached, he realized that it was not a bird but the foot of a human. He begged Krishna for forgiveness, and Krishna consoled him. This isn't your fault, dear one. It is my destiny. I am meant to die this way. Krishna recalled his previous birth as Ram, where he killed Vali by shooting him unethically from the back. Vali had said, O Lord, how could you do that? It is not befitting your stature. Krishna, in his avatar as Rama, had replied, You will shoot me from the front in my next life, Vali. I promise you. Another story also goes about Jara, the son of Eklavya. He was an infant when the war of Mahabharata took place. Eklavya wanted to join the side of the Kauravas since he had grievance against Arjuna. That's when Krishna had visited Eklavya and said to him, You are a hunter and your art is solely for the purpose of hunting for food and for the protection of your tribe. Do not join the war or take sides. Eklavya, however, did not heed his words. That's when Krishna killed him with an arrow and quietly left so that nobody would find out what had happened. Later, Eklavya's wife found her husband dead and cried, "A curse whoever has killed my dear husband. The murderer has fled quietly like a bird, and he will also die like one." At the time Eklavya's son Jara was a baby, his mother raised him to hunt birds, telling him, "Your father was killed by someone who was as quiet as a bird. Always look for birds and hunt them down." With that recollection, Krishna left his mortal body and went back to his abode in the heavens. Meanwhile, Arjuna received Krishna's message about taking the woman and the old back to Hastinapur. By the time Arjuna rushed to Dwarka, Krishna had already passed over and left his human body. People mourn Krishna's death deeply, and for some, like his wife Rukmini, it was precursor of their own death. Rukmini died of deep shock after hearing about her husband's unexpected dismiss. Vasudev, Krishna's father, is believed to have passed over during meditation, while his mother Devki also met a sudden and unexplained end. As instructed, Arjuna began relocating the remaining people. While on their journey, Arjuna and his traveling companions were attacked by the people of Abhira tribe. Arjun tried to use his bow Gandiv, but the bow had lost its power without Krishna's presence. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't save all his companions and lost some of the women to the Abhira tribe, who stole them away. With great difficulty, Arjuna brought the remaining people to Hastinapur. Thus, Krishna's avatar ended in tragic manner and signified the end of the Yadav dynasty. The place where Krishna died is known as Bhalka and lies on the western coast of Gujarat. This is the end of the story. Do you like it? Then tell me in the comment box and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching, guys.